Have you ever had that time where, like, you kind of just end up, like, you know, being like, okay, you know what, this is, you know, start off the stream with something interesting, and you end up wanting to sneeze as soon as, like, you press the start stream button. That has basically just happened to me, so, yeah, I guess that can qualify as something interesting. But yeah, here we are, back again with the Outer Worlds. We're going deep. I forgot to check if the mic is working, so excuse me for like 5 seconds. Yeah, it is, yeah, that's fine. Right, yeah, the Outer Worlds. Here's something we can get better at. I was watching a friend play this the other day, and they got a bloody grenade launcher quite early in the game. So there's always that. I was feeling good up until like 5 minutes ago too, and then suddenly like my like I feel like I want to sneeze. I feel like my throat's getting like all dry and stuff. Like it's ridiculous. Can I read its terminal? Arrivals of records. Cleo Freighter hauling tobaccorn. Dues paid. Rizza Freighter hauling purple berry. Everything. Dues paid. Freelancer possibly sublight. Dues paid. Freelancer definitely sublight. Dues paid. Or dues waived. Unreliable business unknown. Impounded Hawthorne's ship but no Hawthorne. Wonder what happened there. Freelancer sublight, freelancer more, or freelancer none. Right, this is the docking bay. Deadbeat at the rest and go insists once again that he's got part of a crew, but they acted like they didn't know him. Spacer's Choice Freighter delivered Callahan's new mask. Okay, that's the departures. Messages from GB Security. 2 dissatisfied user right from. This is a joke, right? I'm forwarding this around the station and no one thinks you're real. And if you are, welcome to Groundbreaker, asshole. Right. 2 GB security from these conditions. Aren't fit for cyst pigs. Cysty pigs. You honestly expect me to share a berth with some junker flown by a freelancer? I am a company man and demand company accommodations. Auntie Cleo would give you such a withering glare if she saw how you treated our 2-time employee of the month. Yes, that is me. You signed a social contract when you gave me clearance to land. I asked for what is mine by right. Room to breathe, a heated berth so I can walk around barefoot, and service with a smile. You've given me 1 out of 3. I'll give you until I send hit to rectify this issue. Until I hit send. Did I say send hit? God, I'm really fucking up already. Okay, from GB Security to Wildcat, already harassment. Don't bother run away. From Wildcat to GB Security harassment. Hey, I landed like 50 minutes ago and this crazy guy with no shoes on has been throwing shit at my rig. Like actual shit. Can I open fire or what?
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security
hello
do for
there.
you today?
Just getting my bearings. What do you do here? Yeah, what do you do
This is the security desk, ma'am. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sanita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore.
Yeah, why can't you take incident reports?
I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away.
Poor Lee. Do you do, I don't know, tours or something?
We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... We just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sunita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something.
Any chance you'll change your mind? Right, persuade. We're friends, right? Lee, do me a favor and I'll owe you one. Okay, we'll do persuade. We'll use persuade while we have it.
All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff. I'd like to keep my job.
Yep, sure, nothing shady.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time, nor loitering.
So he said all that with Commandant Sunita right there. Okay, what bounties do you have available?
Got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting, that is, not the criminal. Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers, failure to pay docking fees, resisting arrest, and assaulting not one but 2 officers.
Flying under the influence of illegal substances?
Swerving in the air was more like it. Then he crashed hard into the dock and tumbled out of his ship and fled on foot. Spilled Rizzo's Violet Spectrum vodka all over Officer Hartley. An affront of its own, considering none of us are approved for anything higher than green spectrum.
Alright, any leads then?
Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
Why don't you send him our debt to
I will.
apprehend him?
Soon as the chief approves the personnel reorg required for a bounty dispatch. So, in about 3 to 7 weeks.
Right,
You and
yeah,
about
I'll do
6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
Does this mean I'm gonna have to like fight other people for
Do
his
I
head?
look like your
or his
gossipy
lighter?
best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
Well, alright, just trying to
I'm
make
not
conversation.
here for a chat. Now get moving before I see you moved.
Yeah, okay, what's a Mardet? Let's just keep
We're the
talking.
security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know.
Why Mardet, not guard
The
or
original
officer?
force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardets because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, they already got inside. Okay,
This is
that's nice.
Security. I can check the departures register to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
Wasteland. You were hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first. Hey! Huh?
Okay.
Got my sights on you.
There it is. Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest.
Okay, come on in so I can close the door. Come on.
All right, I'm on my way.
Okay, confiscated goods. Detained a freelancer who was cagey about his business, confiscated his personal belongings while he waited for questioning. Modified pistol, hatchet, metal hoop, prayer beads, locked container. The owner refused inspection. If Leopard could get it down to it, left his things behind, so they're stored in the back of the security station until the idiot shows his face again, which is likely to be never. Is that... That's not Vicar Max, is it? Sublight put a bid on one of her impounds, generous one too, negotiate for the usual finder's fee, and then give Lila her Lilia. Let's go with Lilia. Her salvage. It's more like Lilia, but Lilia. Brawl at the last hope. Freelancers versus board. Freelancers won. Arrested a freighter captain with more bits than brain. Hawthorne ship impounded by order of Udom, Bedford. Still no clue why Hawthorne associates with that bored snake. A guy from the back bays roughed up the moon kid. Raving mad, warned me that the moon was gonna bring about the end times. He was flying higher, whatever McRed grows on whatever McRed grows down here. Got a sworn testimony that McRed was spotted at the rest and go, not that anyone will corroborate it. Reminder to keep an eye on Gladys. Okay.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up. Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
Okay. This all seems awfully convenient. Yeah, okay. We'll go with perception. You hesitated there, Vicar. What aren't you telling me?
It's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
This all seems awfully
it
convenient.
was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Okay.
Huh?
You found an ID cartridge used as a holographic shroud will now be automatically disguised when entering the associated restricted area. Okay, cool. Got a hatchet. Should be able to steal the mag picks, right? Okay, it's gone. Plasma rifle. Take some Adreno. I don't mind stealing from the Ardettes. You know, fuck the man, fuck the pigs. Alright, don't need any more food. What's a bolter pistol?
Nicely done.
Hey, I saw that.
Oh.
What do you think you're doing?
Lie, nothing at all. Intimidate, whatever I want. I was just
Just
leaving.
don't complicate my job, okay?
Okay. I'll take the hoop. Alright, I think we have everything. Right? Sure. We have a workbench. Okay. Let's see what we've got here, right? We have the hunting rifle, which I really like quite a bit. So I kind of want to keep it. I mean, we could give the shot... Right, hold on. Let's have a look there. Right, the plasma rifle. Does energy and burn. Let's compare. I mean, I really like the pistol. So maybe keep the pistol and, we can do that with a mag to zap. We can increase the magazine size. Mag to power. Changes the damage type to plasma. This modification electric charges it down. Chambered round immediately before firing. Upon impact, the round discharges, electrocuting the target. Do I want to go magnet zap or I want to go? Wait, so what's the damage type that it has right now? Okay. Right, hold on. Right, if we... Okay, right. So if we break down this, right? Break that down too, maybe. Okay, we'll repair all this just for now. Okay, right. So what do we want to do? Oh, okay, one of them already has a good sawn-off shotgun, so that's intriguing. What does the red thing mean? Oh, we have two plasma rifles, so we can break down one of them. Oh, that's burn damage. Okay, so that's what the red thing does. It does burn damage. Okay. We have two of the pistols, so... Yeah, I think I should start using one of the plasma rifles, so if I... Maybe start using some impact hammer too. Okay, so what can I add to Mr. Power? Changes the damage type dealt to plasma damage. Do I really want to add plasma damage? Okay, we'll try with plasma damage. So we've got extra burning effect. So we have. So if I swap out the shotgun for the plasma rifle, we should have a lot of extra burn effect. I can also get rid of that light pistol, right? So get rid of that, break that down. Keep the stun baton for now. Keep the assault rifle. And now go in. I want to change up some armor too, so I'm not leaving the workbench yet. We're getting rid of the shotgun, so hold on. Why can I not swap out the shotgun? Where's the unequipped? There we go. That. Why am I not able? Is it because I have it in my hands? Is that probably what it is, right? No? Right, okay, and we're going for the plasma. We already have the plasma rifle in, so what we want back in is the hunting rifle. Okay, I think... And we have the shock stick, though. We could use... Well, we can swap that out with the impact hammer. That kind of thing. We have the Peacekeeper load, too. Faster firing short-off shotgun with tight speed. Well, okay, I mean... Okay, well, we'll keep that. I feel like I've probably wasted a good load of, a good load of stuff. Okay, so we've done some things with... Right, what can we get as far... Well, we've done some stuff with Vicar Max. We'll go and do Pravati's thing next. But what all can we do with, Let's think with Vicar Max. I'll increase the hack skill, just to have it going importantly. Maybe I shouldn't do that in the skills too. I don't know. We'll find out. I mean, like, it's his thing. We have to do something. So. Yeah. So red. We've also corrosive damage. Be good against automechs. I guess shock damage isn't too good against people. Plasma damage is good against... Enry is the stuff that's good against, bypasses most armor. And then you've got your debuffs there. I'm gonna have to look through one. I don't really want to look... I mean, I suppose I should probably do a stream where I look through it all in detail. Maybe after we finish on this, on the Groundbreaker, we will. The ID cartridge. If I find an ID cartridge... Right, you'll automatically be disguised. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to go back to the workbench to have a look at modifying some armor. Okay, so we can... I don't know whether to... Alright, Hunter Kit increases your ranged weapon skills, increases the range at which interactable objects are highlighted. And yeah, then that increases the carrying capacity by 20 kilograms. Okay, we'll not worry about that too much. I think adding extra stuff to the armor might work well. I guess we'll see how things go. A lot of all the armor types except for heavy, and even though it's still like 500, so.
I'm just in port long enough to get another haul contract.
Even the air costs money here.
Something over here, right? Bar from going in there. Break that down, get some weapons parts. I kind of feel like weapons parts are the main thing that we should be looking for. Jewel's ring. Is anybody watching? There's a guy over there at El Transit.
Hold it right there. What do you think you're doing? Just
I was
don't
just
make more
leaving.
paperwork for me, all right?
Oh, we already have the Marda ID cartridge. Okay, so I would have needed to distract them if I wanted to steal that, so yeah, it is.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hard-working citizens. This story brought to you by Halcyon News. All the news that's fit to broadcast.
Alright, I don't really need to steal any of that. Okay, so it is done this way. Oh
Try
wow!
not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Family tonight.
This looks fucking neat.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
Wish they'd let us off station. Air up here's just recycled spacer farts.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
Something you need?
Do you know what's happening on Terra 1? Last I heard, the board was in dispute with the Renegade Company. Sounded dire.
They call it Monarch now. It's supposed to be a real hellhole. Warlords drumming up marauder squads, blood running in the streets, all kinds of shit.
So it went about as well as everybody expected.
Yep, complete fucking fiasco.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
What's the benefit of modifying my
It
weapons?
gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? Extended ammo magazine and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire.
If I change mine, can I take a mod off and replace
no
it?
and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it, the originals tend to snap like plastic toys.
Okay. Does modifying a weapon void
A
the
what?
warranty?
Sorry, hon. Here at Bell's Shells, we just don't discuss impolite topics, and WARRANTIES tops the list.
Huh, that sounds like some of my dealings with various places down the years, like POWERCITY for one. Cool.
Right here for a start. I got a fair selection. Modified weapons are my specialty. Only takes a bit of elbow grease and a spot of engineering know-how. Most ships have a workbench near the cargo hold. Ours is in engineering. You can take your new toys over there if you feel like tinkering. Only takes a bit of elbow grease and a spot of engineering know-how. Most ships have a workbench near the cargo hold. Ours is in engineering.
Yep.
You can
I
take
didn't
your
mean
new
to click
toys
that
over there
twice.
if you feel like tinkering. So, what can I get you?
There's the grenade launcher. How much is it? $4.19. That's not too bad. Excuse me. Seems expensive for the muzzler. I think at this rate I'd rather just hang around and try and find my stuff by myself.
I know she's in there, Mfuru. You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Something I can help you with?
Can I buy supplies from you? You seem well
Not
stocked.
without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
How do you mean?
We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable. Take care.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Mfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place.
What's this about your friend?
Let me get one thing straight. Jesse and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
What seems to be the problem?
I'd like to see Jesse
If
do it.
only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her.
The records say, have you actually spoken to her yourself?
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying. Take care.
Okay.
What seems to be the problem? Take care.
Okay, so I can't question him again on anything?
Good luck getting to Jessie, and better luck if you do. She's a real piece of work.
Alright. From W. Dorset to Cap Arian. Where are my Automax? I need a status update, Arian. I know that you boasted about this Skilla shortcut, but maybe you could, but could you maybe venture through a pocket of space that isn't infested with pirates? You know, pirates, the ones who love cargo and hate rules. Here in Med Bay, we've got blunt tools, watered down meds, long shifts, and shaky hands. Don't let me down. My wits end coordinating with any authority outside of the groundbreaker. The board won't dispatch a surgeon unless Junlei, I think that's how you pronounce it, wasn't it? Or yeah, Junlei agrees to share a third of all docking revenue, and Spacer's Choice won't send supplies unless we make an exclusive deal to use their products. No, thank you. I've seen enough shoddy needles without breaking off on a patient's arm. I need to chat with Junlei about this, but she has problems of her own. Some of us are growing concerned about the cost of the groundbreaker's independence.
Something I can help you with? Take care.
Dr. Dorset's a deft hand with a blade. Hardly leaves a scar.
Okay, holographic disguise activated. Your holographic shard has been activated, giving you temporary access to this restricted area. Moving traces shard identity. Where it runs out, personnel will see and interrogate you. Talk your way out of the interrogation to reset your shroud. It'll get harder to talk your way out the more you're interrogated. Okay. Alright, okay, so this is our first... Oh shit. Oh shit, okay. That's quarantine operating room.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
To the last ratted on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you? What?
Ellie sat me.
Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to intimidate, so...
Rimini, she really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've gotta do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
What did you do that got you in trouble? Ellie asked me to help you, so that's what I plan to do. Could lie about the board, but nah. So yeah, what did you do that got you in trouble?
No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear.
Yeah, you think that the board had someone follow you and now you're hiding out.
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. All right, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
So, you stole it?
If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent.
Alright, Ali asked me to help.
Udom
So that's what I
Bedford's the
plan to
board
do.
guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
Yeah, let's
Thanks
talk
for
to
helping me
Udom.
with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
What's that?
You really don't get much time for the shroud at all. Okay, so what else have we got to do on the ship? Okay, so we gotta go to Dr. Dorset. McReed. And the science weapon.
Any word on Jessie?
She's in debt to the board and thinks someone's after her. I'll handle it. Okay, what's the story with you two anyway?
She did me a favor, and now I owe her. So, did you find her, or what?
Why do I get the feeling this is the killer?
Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Wheeler told me to tell you to get off his ass about your shipment. Yeah, well, okay, I won't be coming in. Better myself, isn't this the med bay? Okay.
Sure is. You need a deft hand to straighten a busted nose or sparkle up those not-so-pearly whites? I'm your gal. Of course, there's not much cosmetic improvement going on at the moment, not without my mechanicals. Where the law is Irian anyway?
Irian, there we go. That's the name. You do cosmetic surgery in this rickety space station? Really? Wheeler told me to tell you. What's going on?
I'm expecting our delivery fellow to stop through with medical supplies and service auto mechanicals. Name's Captain Irion. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits.
I could try to find him, or what do you need mechanicals for? What do you need
Surgery
mechanicals for?
mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker. The board
Why
won't
is
let
that?
their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people, we can't hire anyone. Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. But we've only 2 heads between us, and we don't know everything. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Okay,
Keep hanging around, and I'll begin to think you're here for me. What can I do for you? You have yourself a day, then.
Okay, so we can't talk about the Hawthorne thing. Scylla, must remember that. Scylla Black. Waste disposal, huh?
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go?
Hello! Hey, little sprat. Hey, you're... Where'd you go? Hey. Let me get a good look at you. If you get... Hello? Hello, how you doing? Hello, little sprat. You're cute, aren't you? Yeah, you are. No, I don't want to blind you. No, you're cute.
For me. How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch, okay?
Crumpled instructions. Frankie got a lead on some local salvage. One of the Groundbreaker's old hangars was bricked... Or, hold on. Bricked over until someone found it by poking around the Steve Doors quarters. Lilia gave us the go-ahead to plant her flag once we clear out the new arrivals. I'm sending you to scout. Look for a loose panel. You got to climb on top of their bunks and head toward the back wall. Scylla says we should watch our backs. She thinks we're being tailed. In other words, typical Lilia. Old hangars. Okay, I'll have to try and remember that. Excuse me. There we go. There's that sneeze that I was dying to do at the start. Oh boy. Right. Let's have a look at the map. Okay. I'll have to go around and look for those old hangars. so big. From Jay Tennyson, 2 engineers all. Haven't seen him in. I haven't seen Private Taylor. Haven't seen him in days. And where are we in that toilet clog? If cheap guying taught me anything, it's that the crew morale is proportional to the quality of their outhouse. You take away a crew's plumbing and you take away their privacy and dignity. So let's get that toilet fixed. See the Wildcat group from Kitty Buchanan, Groundbreaker meetup. Even though it's been nigh on 20 years since our last meetup on Groundbreaker, I was hoping that we could get the old gang back together. I understand that things have changed. Some of us are long-range haulers, some of us have gone corporate, some of us are likely dead. And some of us are on Tartarus. I'm not reading this message, but I haven't lost hope. No one responded to my last invite. I hope that means your schedules aren't filled up with family gatherings and job opportunities. I also just got off ICE, right, this is from Iceman to IS Conveyors Collective. So I just got off ICE from a round trip to Dashkova. 2 years out, 2 years back. Imagine my surprise when we dethrowed and Groundbreaker comms told us our docking was going to be delayed. 1 hour turned into 5, then days went by. In the end, we spent an entire goddamn week waiting for a berth in this low-fucked bolt bucket, and because we were kicking our heels all that time, not one of us got paid. I don't know about you, but I got expenses, a family I don't see often enough, debt you wouldn't fucking believe. Even if I'm not working, I still gotta make my payments. Does that seem proper to you? Don't we conveyors have rights? We should do something about this. If you agree, leave a message here and I'll respond when we get back from Jensan in 3 years. This message is no longer accessible at your conveyance. This message does not exist. Huh, okay. Now that's intriguing. To those of you who have raised concerns about the quality of Groundbreaker's victuals, yes, I'm aware the promenade stinks. Allow me to put the matter to rest. Our ancestors didn't rise up from humble beginnings on a diet of spratwurst and borst. But that's the reality of life up here. If you can salt it, can it, or zip it up in a pouch, then we're not picky about calling it food. Spacers make do it what they have, and what we have is smelly meat, lots of salt, and 11 cans of mustard. Last time I counted. Try and enjoy it. Is there any notice about the impounding policies? If the board impounded your ship, take it up with the board. Their embassy is the gaudy building opposite Sublight's warehouse. Send them your questions, outstanding fees, and hate mail. Especially hate mail. If Groundbreaker impounded you, pay your damn fees and don't bother my people. Urgently looking for a new crew to sign on with. I've been stuck in Halcyon for almost a year. Don't know what's holding up my next posting. Never had to wait this long to get on another freighter. I plan to take one of the rare long hauls back to Earth, but I haven't been able to find any, and even the shorter skips to the inner worlds seem rarer than the outer world routes these days. If anyone has any information about any upcoming work, please post here. Hey, so here's my story. My ship limped into the Groundbreaker in a rough state. We couldn't make the repair fees, the docking fees, refueling, or the fees for not being able to pay our fees, so I'm kind of stuck here now. Then they took my ship and sold it off as scrap. Now my credit is shot to hell and corporate freighters won't hire me on. I'm hoping someone with a bunk to spare and places to go is feeling charitable. Thanks for listening. This notice has been posted 56 times in 632 days. Jeez, that's pretty awful, huh?
Go back
Is this
to
the
Byzantium,
boards?
you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junlei's ship. You don't own shit here.
Step back. I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
The Mardettes would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
Look, just get out of here before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Whatever. We got a date at the Lost Hope anyway.
Is this really what you want to be doing with your life, Marcy? Guarding stairs for that walking mustache Udon fucking Bedford? I gotta get off this detail. Huh?
I can't believe the board allows an unaffiliated station like this to stay open.
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent. Well, mostly.
I think everything in here is worth more than I made in my whole life.
Are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question.
Chairman Rockwell and Minister Clark, the team to lead Halcyon to an even better tomorrow.
For performance-enhancing stims. A toss ball first. Coaches and referees are debating how and if this behavior could lead to an unfair advantage. This has been Halcyon News.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Alex is dead.
Oh, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
What was your relationship
he was
with
my
him?
dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die?
He died in an escape pod accident. Alright, trust me, you don't want to know the details.
You're quite right, of course. Best not to pry into such dismal things.
Again, I'm very sorry. Can we get back to the topic of hand?
Right, you're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Why is the board so interested in Wells anyway? Why do you think I'd know anything about Wells? Okay, we'll ask why the board's interested.
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Right, why do you think I know
Alex
anything about
knew,
Wells?
or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table.
Okay, he never mentioned Phineas Wells.
Well, that's just terrible news. Oh, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
What's this about the board having your head?
Personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's my white whale, I suppose.
I can't tell you where Wells is.
Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work.
Oh yeah, Jessie Doyle. Forgot about that. Right. Okay, I want her debt
Miss
settled.
Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
What the fuck? Oh boy. Okay, so we'll use persuade.
That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate?
Well, I say she doesn't have much choice. Maybe I made the bad decision
I
then.
quite concur. It's refreshing to deal with someone practical for a change. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
Right, I wanted to
Be
ask
my
you something
guest.
else.
I'm
What
the
do you do
certified
here exactly?
representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands.
Big fish in a small space station. Nice setup. That doesn't answer my
I
question.
send a lot of messages. Sometimes I read them. Every once in a while, I'll impound a ship if I want to feel alive.
Can you get me to Stellar Bay?
Good law. Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit?
So, no, doesn't seem hot in here to you. Okay, so no.
No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no.
No, would have done it. You don't have to crack open a
Best to be clear,
thesaurus.
I believe.
It doesn't seem hot in here to you.
Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be expected to work in these conditions? Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but I've seen no action from her. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
Why are there armed guards in here?
You've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course.
To watch your back, you mean?
Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status, and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign.
You call keeping offices on their promenade benign?
When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course, but I can't say I much care.
Alright, what are the locked
luxury
doors in the
stateroom,
back?
reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use. Ask away.
Okay, so we can extract basic mods. Okay, we'll bring that up. Yeah, I'm not really bothered by we'll bring up leadership.
How do you do? Ah, how might I assist you?
Yeah, so I'd probably need to give him whatever to access. Right. Sure, let's go back to the medical bay.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being right. That's nice too.
Got word from Udom, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. Seems I'm indentured to the board now. I ain't too elated about going exclusive, but it's better than winding up dead. You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie are cleared.
Alright, watch yourself while I'm gone.
The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better than average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off.
Oh, okay. Are you saying you'll work for me just because I helped Jesse?
If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version.
What exactly did Jesse do for you
Help
anyway?
me win a bet.
What was the
We were on
bet?
a smuggling run planetside when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a mantisaur.
Don't tell me you
What
tried.
can I say? Something about people telling me I can't do a thing that just makes me itch to prove them wrong. And, as you can probably guess, the thing was faster than it looked. Probably would have caught me if Jesse hadn't picked it off.
So she saved your
But
life.
the important thing is I won the bet.
You really don't like owing people,
It's
do
like
you?
people touching a cookie and leaving it in the box. It's just one of those things that gets under my skin. You won't be
Okay.
sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain.
Okay, well, we already sorted out the Vicar's story, right? As, like, what he was looking to do in the ship. So I think we should go with Ellie and Parvati now.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you.
Something on your mind?
If we're going to work together, I'd like to know more
I'm a
about
surgeon
you.
by training and a pirate by inclination. Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade and the smell of Spacer's Corona. I make a mean zero-G cocktail and I've got a meaner right hook.
What's a zero-G
It's a
cocktail?
mix of whatever you've got on hand. Usually zero-G brew with some Spectrum vodka if you're lucky, purple berry shake if you're not.
That sounds disgusting.
Out on the edge of the Aether, we learn to make do with what we've got. No room for fancy predilections.
Do you have much experience contracting out with other captains?
Sure do. Some of it was even legal.
What's that supposed to
There's
be?
a lot of business that goes through the Groundbreaker. Some of it's board-authorized freight hauling, and some of it's not. I've done all types of work with all kinds of crews. If there's one thing you ought to know about me, it's that I won't tell you your business. Your ship, your way.
Okay,
Glad
that
to
sounds
hear it. It's
reasonable.
worked for me this long.
I have something to hope. I was hoping to know something about more
Well, my
personal
blood
about
type
you.
is AB positive. I'm a Leo, and I despise Space Hospital. Never mind what anyone else tries to tell you. That about covers it.
Where are you from? How did you get into this line of
Oh,
work?
come on, that stuff's boring.
You're deflecting.
Look, the thing I've learned about living in close quarters is that you've got to give people room to breathe. I'm all for making a few bits together and having fun doing it, but let's keep a little professional distance. No complaints
Okay,
here.
Ellie. Ellie, we're gonna break down those walls. We are.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you.
What are you saying, Martin? That's an Auntie Cleo's product.
My law, what have I done? The company will have my head. Both of them. This is awful. Help me! Oh, Laws!
Gotcha. What I wouldn't give to see the look on your face. This guy's real easy to fuck with.
What kind of depraved mind would conjure such a nightmare?
Play it nice, Ellie. Our friend here is more fragile than he looks. That's Ellie. Isn't she great? Yeah, lots of...
Agree to disagree. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to put this behind us and forget it ever happened. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
You work for Spacer's Choice. Ever been to Edgewater?
Heard of it. My orientation aether wave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
You aren't missing much, just a dump.
Well, I liked it fine enough.
I'm sure they're doing their best. That's the Spacer's Choice spirit. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too.
I'm gonna break Parvati's heart at this stage, right? I've got to ask you about the
I'm
hat.
bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division.
You doing all right in there?
Oh, I'm having a stellar day. Not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as Spacer's Choice is affordable.
Don't get him started, Captain. He'll go on like this all day.
All night, too. I can't escape these savings. Not even in my dreams.
Can you see in there?
I can see all of the top-quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price.
How do you brush your teeth?
Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Sprout Wash, Mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development.
Do you miss eating solid
Don't
food?
miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of Groundbreaker, or anywhere in the Halcyon Colony.
Do you have to sleep with that on?
Sleeping? Try our Lunar Eclipse mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy brew. The blast will send you through the stratosphere, and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed.
Does Spacer's Choice make you wear
Add
that?
an additional 10% to your purchase today, and the proceeds will be donated to Spacer Cares, our premier corporate welfare program. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat.
Do you need me to help you get out of there?
Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint.
Where can I get a hat like yours?
You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon.
I am addressing the man beneath the mask. Are you okay?
Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job. It may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be.
Sorry if I pushed you too hard, Martin.
It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to.
Alright, what do you sell here?
Anything and everything. Whatever you want, we got it. And when you need a replacement, we got that too.
Must be shoddy quality if it needs replacing.
Just the opposite. Spacer's Choice items are always new, hot off the shelves, because customers just can't stop buying new stuff. Oh, sorry. Got the line wrong. You want me to do it again?
If you wouldn't mind.
Spacer's Choice items are always new, hot off the shelves, because customers just can't stop improving their lives with our fine products. You could go broke buying overpriced Aramid gear, or you could buy from us at a much more reasonable rate.
But it sounds like the Aramid gear won't break the first time you use it.
You should get a backup or 3. Become a frequent buyer. Join our Friendship Rewards program. Program currently unapproved in Alpha, rewards and friendship pending. Have a look.
Let's see what he has. It's gonna be all just like Spacer's Choice guns and that, right? Okay. Oh shit, here comes the crew! Them boys just going walking on through. Come on. Pravati, Ellie, let them by. No? Okay.
We'll talk later. Got a bit of a sore throat from all that fake coffee.
Right. We already went into the waste disposal area. Right, that's
What the
Bell's
hell's going
shells,
on?
which we already...
We were in a holding pattern for 2 hours just to get in.
Bombs had to go on break. Chief didn't have enough hands to coordinate docking. Something about the radiators being busted. I don't know. Not my problem, right?
Okay, let's go and have a look at the Lost Hope then.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed? Talk to your local manager about applying for military training and lend your life to protecting our wonderful brands and products. Military.
Hey, Ellie. Having your usuals? Not today. I'm on the job. Never thought I'd see the day. Seeking relief from the heat? Till Junlei gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing.
I don't suppose you know a way I could get to Stellar Bay or Monarch?
Stellar Bay proper? Tough to say.
On Monarch.
The board recalled all the nav keys about 10 years back when the corpse pulled back to Terra 2.
Do you know why?
It's overrun with beasts, I heard. Big ones. Kinda chew your face off for fun. Might all be board propaganda, though. If you're aiming to get to Stellar Bay, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty. The board don't like them that truck with Monarch. But I ain't the one you ought to be asking. Try Gladys on the promenade. She'll fix you up.
All the trading system come through here. Heard anything interesting?
I hear tell some folk down in the townships are getting offered early retirement. Who'd think of such a thing? What would you do with all the time?
Right, what's this heat issue?
The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it.
Right, sounds like you might have an issue with your thermal control system.
And I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally if I could. All I know is we're cooking in our own juices here, and it's only gonna get worse.
Right, what do you need radiators
They're
for?
supposed to gather up all the heat the systems generate and vent it into space. Instead of the heat going where it ought, though, it seems to be blowing straight down the promenade.
How long's it been like
Weeks?
this?
I lost track. Too law-damn long.
Who's in charge of fixing
Engineering.
it?
Chief Junlei Tennyson, to be precise. She runs this heap. Best she can, anyway. Don't know what's got her dragging her heels, but I wish she'd hurry it up.
Alright, maybe I can do
That's
something
not
about
for me
that.
to say. But if you're feeling the urge toward helpfulness, you can find Chief Junlei in engineering.
Alright, what do you know about Chief Junlei?
There's nobody who knows more about the station's guts. Any system you could name, June's crawled around inside and made it better. She doesn't come around here often, though. Don't see her as much of a drinker. Too straight-laced for that.
Okay.
How about a Bumblebee Pale Kale Ale?
You got that on tap?
What do you think this is, Byzantium? You get it in a bottle. If you're lucky, it's cold.
Ever wonder how they get alcohol out of kale? Kale's like evil lettuce.
Squeeze gently and warm your hands first. Give me another minute to think about it.
Miss Ellie, Dr. Fenhill. I noticed your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully. You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Everything's got a price.
Will you two stop flirting and come on?
Hot enough for you?
No.
halcyon interrupt your regularly.
There's nothing like in the toilets here then, no.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
Alright, I'm looking for Gladys.
Camp Nissa, right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from.
How's life on Groundbreaker?
Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown.
How does Groundbreaker keep the
Our
board
Chief
at bay?
Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free.
You mentioned
Our
Sublight.
local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one.
Do you do business with the Promenade merchants?
Of course. Most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that.
Oh, keep following the moon mask. If there's a cost of being a company man, he paid it in spades. Yeah, that is true.
Damnable thing about living on a space station. No pigeons to feed. Oh, you can feed the sprats, sure enough. But then the neighbors start moaning about hygiene.
Move along.
Hmm?
Hey.
Hey.
This is a law-abiding establishment. Honest.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought.
You here for a particular reason, or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without, single lager, okay. Yeah. Phineas sent me, said you could sell me a nav key to Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
10,000 bits! No one's ever found my bits lacking.
You've certainly been blessed with an abundance of sass, haven't you? But it's your interstellar currency I'm interested in, not your nethers.
That's disappointing. Okay, any chance of a discount since Phineas sent me?
That old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
Yeah, okay,
Well,
fine.
I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
Let's hear the
You know
details.
Edna, over in engineering. Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Okay, why was Roseway abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Wonder what kind of haul they left behind.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Right.
You've got
Okay,
an
say
ear
no
for
more.
intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Okay, abandon that post. Corporate
Don't forget
secrets.
to
Got
come
it.
find old Gladys when you're done.
Now, what other jobs do you
Might
know
want to
about?
acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about the opportunity.
Yes, dearie?
Oh, she called me dearie. What do you... oh.
Anytime,
Okay,
sweetheart.
fine
You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you. Craig, why is it hot in here? Or is it just my glands acting up again? What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom?
Yeah, sure, I'll take the hard-earned wisdom. Right, what's this about the heat? What do you do here? You mentioned groundbreakers outside the border control.
Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence.
What makes you think
Those
that?
board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess.
Is there still people down there?
Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Some man hooting and hollering about the light in us all. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch. but who knows if that's true. Might be true. Might be some new trick from the board.
Okay, what do you do here?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I buy and sell items that require discretion to dispose of. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
So that's what that smell is.
Sometimes the hairs poke out between the seams, but I don't mind. That's what the law gave us matches for. But that's not what you wanted to talk about, is it, dear?
No, okay.
That's right, dear. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss June Lay.
How do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, ma'am. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing.
Okay,
Go
back to
right
other
ahead,
questions.
sweetheart.
Oh, I love glass.
Groundbreaker's radiators. Been neither fine nor dandy for weeks now. Miss Junelay's supposed to be getting them fixed, but the board's determined to get in her way. The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, ma'am. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing.
Okay.
Anytime,
Obviously, we're
sweetheart.
done here, so.
You know where to find me.
Oh wait, we've unlocked an extra slot. Excuse me. I need the rest and go key card. Maybe if we turn down the heat, we'll get it.
Something on your mind?
I didn't mean
I'm
to.
a surgeon by training and a
Yeah, okay. I didn't mean to click on that. Alright, so we've already been to the medical bay.
CNP tank.
Okay, so Martin Callahan signed in. Right, from Martin Callahan to Spacer's Choice Manager. I keep telling you the hat doesn't fit right, there's something wrong with it. How many people have worn this thing before me? Is this my life now? Because if it is, I'll take it. I'll be your moon man, but there won't be anything left of me to care. You made your Spice's choice when you signed the employment contract. Okay. From M. Callahan to Mammoth C. Hope you're doing well, Mom. Thought I'd check in. Engineers visit the shop a bunch. I remember when I used to turn a wrench back home on Terra 2. Lilia Hagen over in the sublight told me that I could always pursue a career in salvage if the thing doesn't work out. Please give Dad and the others a hug from me. Mom, it's really great that we can stay in touch like this. Little reminders of home are more than important for me. Enjoy the spacious, quality spacious choice goods I sent. You can get ones just like them at home, but I figured you might appreciate me getting the company discount and all from Martin. And then from Mama C to thing. Are you okay, honey? Oh, poor Martin. I'm trying to get my phone on the charger. There we go. Okay, return to route. Public notices. The heat. I know it's bad as the one whose office is closest to the radiators. You can imagine why I want to take these 3 showers every day. I hear you. We've got eyes on the problem in hands and tools. It's a mechanical problem with a mechanical solution. In the meantime, enjoy some additional water rations and take breaks. You deserve them. If you're thirsting for cooler air, talk to your closest engineer about spots with favorable circulation. Alright, seeking ethically flexible space with Stellar Bay landing clearance. Payment in exchange for return of legal salvage. Details given upon acceptance of contract. Active warrants, prior convictions, no questions asked. Our background checks filter out criminal red flags. Plausible deniability is the sublight way. See Lilia Hagen for details. Warehouse next to the Spratverse joint, 2nd floor. The Halcyon Holdings corporate office and its environs are for conducting official board business only. Anyone found misusing board property will be fined accordingly. Board property includes but not limited to Halcyon Holdings offices here in Groundbreaker, the space directly in front of my desk, the space behind my desk, my doorway, my berth, and most importantly my stairs. Thank you for your cooperation, Udon Bedford. P.S. Please note that the next spacers caught drinking on the stairs outside the embassy may find themselves on the road side of an airlock. P.P.S. This is the 3rd time I've had to post this message and I'm sick of it and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. I will not hesitate to open the board-sanctioned investigation into your behaviour and, when you are caught, punish you accordingly. Felix Millstone.
Still betting on the tossball series? I know you were trying to stop.
I put a couple of bits in Vera's pool. 1,000 says Rizzo's Rangers make it to the Denver finals this year.
I hate to say it, but the circus pantheons look good.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of Spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen?
What's Spratwurst exactly?
You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terra-fry them in their own juices.
Is Spratwurst like Borswurst? I've seen that a lot.
Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike.
What does terra-fry mean?
Is a Spacer's Choice brand secret. A mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry.
Is Spratwurst your own invention or what?
Legally? No. The terra-frying method was developed and marketed by Spacer's Choice. Between you, me, and this grinder, I've been through lean times. If there's one thing you learn on tramp freighters, it's how to make near anything edible. Might be that this old space hand put a few words in the right ears, and could be that Spacer's Choice liked sticking it to C&P by R&Ding our own special meat. Just as well. Near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm fresh sprats.
Okay.
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Some freelancers sneer at Sublight for setting up a storefront, but they rake in the bits.
Alright, from Lilia Hagen to SL Company. We lost another contract to the UDL gunship. This is your daily reminder that legitimate businesses don't run from the authorities, and that is what we are. Stay calm, present your papers. If you get tangled up in the courts, I will personally bail you out. Anyone seen Hawthorne lately? I could use some reliable help. Unlike most of you sprats, Catherine is bringing Sublight a consistent income. From today, until I say so, you're to treat her as an extension of my desk. Speaking of which, Tobias, order an extension for my desk. Right, Fallbrook shipment, Purpleberry liquor, lots, Spectrum vodka, even more than that. Erotica generic, the locals aren't picky. Erotica exotic, except for the ones who are. Nice, very nice. I can't wait to start shipping some erotica. Space Coke surprise. I don't know what this is, but it was on last month's order list, so either track down some down or do your best in the kitchen. Black Hole. Halcom signed Tossball poster. P.S. Tobias, where are we with that desk extension? Right, this week in salvage. My scanner says the Mardettes impounded a freelancer ship after the captain misbehaved. The crew dropped so many bits at Vera's place that they can't afford to lift the impound. Whoever gets me salvage rights gets to sit quietly in my office and watch a professional work. One of ours had an altercation with one of theirs, lost another contractor, scrapped the ship, dedicated the 10th of the salvage to funeral expenses. I'd take care of my people. A little sprat told me that a circle of spoiled cysty pork ended up at the bottom of a Monarch Canyon. Let's see how much we can sell. Speaking of which, no one eat at Auntie Cleo's stall until I say so. Somewhere in the kitchen's gone bad. The next time one of us finds an abandoned ship and decommissions it, I'm sorry, let me read that again. The next time one of us finds an abandoned ship and decommissions it, they had better dispatch a ground team to the debris field before the marauders have their turn. Just because we're salvagers doesn't mean we have to be scavengers. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot that I got more perks and skills than that. Okay, we'll increase this up a bit. Alright, we'll put it all into stealth this time. I assume Lily is down.
You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Fenhill.
I oughta. It's been alive this long.
I mean, you treat it nice. Makes me happy to see, because I feel the same way about my...
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the Unreliable?
Yeah, the name's Captain Erica Clark.
Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Hey, Doc Fenhill. Glad to see you ain't moved on from Groundbreaker yet.
Hey, Tobias. How's the leg?
Good as you left it, ma'am. Still bends and everything.
You two know each
Took
other?
some extra lead while I was on a job. Ellie here patching me up good. The other guy thought his ship was perfectly operational. I told him it was salvage. We disagreed. I won.
Workplace hazards, Captain. Pretty routine around here.
So you're a Sublight employee?
Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
Okay. Did she get that extension to her desk?
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come.
Right, name's Erica Clark, captain of the
Sorry.
Unreliable.
It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere.
Alright. Don't let Ada hear you
Is
calling your
Ada
ship
still
names.
at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings, but there's a catch.
Wouldn't be much fun without one.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested?
I don't have a nav key, but can I still take
I like
the job?
that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits.
I take it Sublight isn't strictly a salvage operation.
These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down.
What kind of other sectors does Sublight pursue other than salvage and shipping?
Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities.
So you're a company of bureaucratic
Your
pirates.
words, not mine.
You're very honest about Sublight's criminal
Hey,
side.
careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board, and that kind of talk only makes trouble. Sublight occupies a legal blind spot. No one knows what we're licensed to do, and that gives our little business some freedom. But let's not tempt fate.
How organized is this business?
Very. I have this thing about numbers in spreadsheets, grids in general. I like to think of myself as the last honest businesswoman in Halcyon, but I'll settle for being the most organized one. Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
Okay, what we got for perk points? Perk points. Bonus to dialogue skills when you have no companions in your party. Increases the carrying capacity bonus from your companions. Where's that? Significantly reduces the weight of consumables. That's an interesting one. Well, increase the chance of resetting. That's a cool one. When you critically hit a target, you have a chance of immediately resetting the cooldown of a companion ability. It's also interesting. You have a way of convincing vendors to pay you more bits than they should. I kind of want that for the bits thing.
Sublight for life. Corporations never lifted a finger for me.
You sure have seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill?
Ellie, Sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
Sorry, Dr. Ellie. Still, though, don't you find it thrilling? Being in space?
Look, it's just Ellie.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons, for those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull.
Are you a
Not
spacer
me, but
yourself?
it's in my blood. After the crossing, my family worked Eridanos, indentured to the corporations.
Go
I was born
on.
in the corporate labor, but I'm the first one of my family to buy my way out. That's why I settled on Groundbreaker. It's the last bastion of freedom. Everything
Tell
I
me
sell
more about
is
your
fresh
wares.
from the forge. Technically, the metal formed billions of years ago, but it's freshly in this shape.
Okay. Now we know where to go for. Hello, Gracie.
Potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
Ah!
Adjusting units, audio receiver input levels for more suitable engagement with customer.
Aren't you a glorified
This
vending machine?
unit is programmed to simulate shock at such assertions. Shock simulation non-functional. A trouble ticket has been filed.
Let me take a look at that.
Shock
Maybe I can fix it.
simulation restored. Initiating shocked subroutine. How dare you? Shocked subroutine complete. Estimated guilt level of customer increased by 35%. Resuming protein dispensation protocol. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
Yeah, I really do feel quite a bit more guilt right now. So yeah.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy. Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report.
Right. So what have we got left to do? God, we've got a lot of side quests going on. We've got the science weapon to go for. Alright, yeah, we're going to find Junlei at some point too. We have to go to Roseway for that. We've got Monarch to go to. We've got a few places.
Are those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Is it just me, or is it hot in here? Junlei's gotta be having a bad day.
Let me take Parvati's armor off. Is there no way to remove armor? Guess not.
We all want new neighbors from time to time.
Hotter than usual in here. Hope we're not catching Junlei on a bad day.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Erica Clark, nice place you got here.
No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
There shouldn't be. I'll do whatever I can to keep the peace. Salute. Copy that, Chief. I'll try not to start any fights, but I might have to end
Always
some.
the way? So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
When my ship's out of input, I can safely say I'm headed for Monarch.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard. Dr. Fenhill, I hope you've reconsidered my offer to stay on full-time. My crew are never short on dents and bruises.
I'm trying to live a more balanced life. Gun in one hand, scalpel in the other.
I already knew it'd be easier to teach an automech heart surgery than to change your mind. Fair travels, Ellie.
You two know each other?
Groundbreaker's a small town in a big ship, and anyone who spends any time here gets to know Junlei.
We don't see a lot of competent surgeons on Groundbreaker. Dr. Fenhill is my on-again, off-again freelancer. I take it she'll be joining your crew full-time?
I don't like to put a label on things. Let's keep it casual.
If you ever decide to settle down, there's a home for you on Groundbreaker.
Parvati, you wanted to talk to Junlei. Go ahead.
I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Yeah, nudge her to continue.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
I love Parvati. I heard you're having a heat problem. What's going
Groundbreaker's
on?
radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed them
Only
yet?
the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Is there no room for compromise?
None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive.
You need a contractor to work this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
Got it. I'll take care of it right now.
Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
You can't... couldn't we try to talk this out with whoever is down there? Have you tried sending anyone else to get down there to get those parts?
One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable.
Why so protective?
Mardits are descended from the original Marine detachment that crossed the void with Groundbreaker.
I don't put their lives on the line if I can avoid it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Good.
I'll get you those parts.
Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Okay. So, with that being done, we'll do Captain McRed, I guess. And there's a daily checklist in the terminal. Radiator temp, plumbing overflow, life support, crew morale, scheduled landings, checklist maintenance, brush teeth, Yukon duelist Junlei. Oh, she seems really nice too. More complaints about the state of the bay. I already told the Mardettes they're free to flush out McRed and his outlaws. They're so knotted up seeking warrants and proper justifications that they want someone else to solve all their problems off the record. Sorry boys, not my job. Morale has dipped 18% since Martin Callahan showed up. It's that damn mask. Found another listening device in my office. Thing was the size of a toss ball with a card leading all the way back to sublight. Subtle as always, Lilia. Could have sworn the auto mechanical chef arrived at the company tech. No record of the guy leaving the station. We'll have to look into it. Sprat Infant Station at the rest and go is getting out of hand. Ethel better not be ranching those critters again. Or I swear by law I'll airlock her stall. Right, from Udon Bedford. The implications of your accusations caused my breath to hitch in my throat. I am certain that we can arrive at an agreeable understanding. For what is a board liaison if not facilitator of handshakes between the great powers, much like the board and yourself. When you decide to return to the negotiations table, consider once again the embassy expansion plans I laid out. Suggestions of good faith do not go unpaid. The board might reject my request for new radiator parts again, even after I greased their wheels with some targeted donations. Funny thing, when I use my admin privileges to survey the outgoing comms, I noticed some activity from your office. You chose your words carefully, but I plucked a juicy phrase from the transcript. Let the frog boil a while longer. And now I have no radiator parts. You're playing with our lives. Did they install you on my ship just to get under my skin, or are you pulling this shit for fun? Yeah, fuck Udon. He seems like a bit of a fucking twit.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled...
Okay, I guess let's transition to the back bays.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Burning to death is one of the most painful ways to go, just in case you needed a reason to get us out of this.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
Alright, put that down before you incinerate the entire desk. I was just, okay.
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
Oh, well, thank you. I've been, working on it my whole life. I'm here for some parts Junlei sent me.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew.
What are you doing to that poor
We
engineer?
were just sitting in a circle, sucking down exhaust fumes and toasting to the memory of our brain cells, making this broken angel fly again.
So I can grab that
You
part
don't
then?
just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
These parts are leaking deadly toxins. I'll just come back after you're dead.
Under its skin, this ship is all poison and darkness. Lead bones, asbestos muscle. Maybe you're right. You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way.
Okay, that's good. Let's
Lay
go
it
with
on
something
me,
else.
boss. I'm good for it.
There's a bounty on your head. I want to claim the reward. Or how did you end up
Ship got
back here?
impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded, and my baby got sold to Sublight. Scrapped for parts. That's bureaucracy for you. Piracy with a smile.
Sounds like a lot like what happened to
Am I
me.
a dark reflection? Shit, must be getting old. Stay here too long, and the groundbreaker drains you like a fuel tank.
Right, yeah, okay. Let's mention the
Listen
bounty.
to the fire of those convictions. This one's hungry for justice. Alive or dead? Rare or medium? What's it gonna be? How do you want me cooked, bounty hunter?
No need for violence. Give me your lighter and the bounty disappears. I mean, we could kill him and take some good stuff, but I want to avoid a fight. So, yeah, we'll persuade and...
My flame? Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro path. Fine. He's yours. Give him a good home.
Work smarter, not harder.
Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat Mr. Flick extra nice on account of he's your friend.
I'll miss my baby Pyro, but it beats losing my head. This court needs its king, and I'm one of a kind.
Wait, the engraving on here, does this say Sanita on
Pretty
it?
eyes you got there. Sanita gave me this lighter. We had a carnal understanding a few years back, and she wanted me to have something to remember her by. Lay it on me,
Okay.
boss. I'm good for it.
Alright, is that it then?
You can come and go in my little kingdom. Just try not to piss off any of the gestures.
You get that automech patched? McRed wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Don't give it a name. What are you thinking? It hasn't got a heart? Not like us.
The back bays are all the home we have, and the only home we need.
The back bays are the only home we have, and the only home we need.
Alright, well, let's just...
Like worms in their shrooms. My backside still smarts. Did everyone get branded when they joined McRed's crew?
Nope. Your ass is a priceless canvas now that it's home to an original McRed.
I guess I'm honored.
What's that? Plasma cutter, interesting. Okay, so we can't talk to the robot.
Boss says you're all right.
Yeah, I'm great, thank you.
Look, Red gave me a taste of the good stuff. I've been tripping for days.
Careful with that shit. You'll end up as crazy as he is.
It takes crazy to live in this universe. Crazy cosmos. Crazy cosmos. Ah, guy swole one time again.
You're the first person I've seen who talked their way past McRed. It may not sound like much, but take my word for it. Wow.
Right, what brings you to the back bays? I came to grab some radiator parts. Engineering could use your help to installing them.
I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
If you hear about the loose seals on level 3, it's on our list.
Oh, right. I guess that's...
It's so cozy.
Nobody's watching, right?
Today's my birthday.
Oh yeah? Fuck your birthday.
Same! That's top line.
Liz gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
Ooh, smells like burning meat and bad hygiene.
You know what, I've got no problem leaving McRed alive, I guess.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed.
Okay, I got the parcel radiators. What now?
I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Define slight.
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
Okay, I'll make my way down.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Okay, so we do have a workbench there. You two not gonna talk this time?
The controls are in the back of the machinery shop.
Arrival confirmation. To HHA Earth HQ, transmitted via probe, archived at source. It is my honor to report that the Groundbreaker successfully arrived at the log rage point, having released our cargo of prefab housing, settler supplies off their at their intended colony worlds. May they prosper and expand. Now that stages 1 and 2 of the mission have been carried out, my family will take ownership of the Groundbreaker specified in their contract, keeping the ship in active duty as an independent trading post, repair, stop, and cargo bay. I'd be remiss if I closed this transmission without sending my hopes and best wishes back to Earth. There's so much ahead of us, but we'll never forget what we left behind. Chief Goying. Some fairly rich and unsavory elements among our colonial neighbours seem to have the wrong idea about why I flew us out here. It wasn't for a 9-figure blood money salary and a Spacer's Choice logo stomped on my ass. It wasn't to nickel and dime passing ships out of their last bit. Groundbreaker has no role in the success or failure of Halcyon's corporate entities, period. I negotiated that understanding and clearly outlined it in writing before I ever set foot on the ship. If anyone wants to dispute or compromise our independence, they will answer to Tennyson. We're a family operation. Even when the last Tennyson falls, Groundbreaker will remember us and defend its freedom accordingly. What's that? There's one upstairs. Oh, did I accidentally touch the radiator? Okay.
Uh-oh! Let's show her. We made.
I never think of shooting these barrels, no matter how many times I pass them. Okay, let's go and sort it.
Security chemicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused to the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Think fast. Can always fix them later.
Okay, that's great.
Processing. Unexpected. Oh.
Take your best shot.
Oh fuck, I'm gonna die. That did not go as well as I had hoped. Yeah, good work, guys. Need to fix my armor.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says cycle droplet pumps.
System. Unexpected.
Thanks a lot for walking in front of me, Ellie. Again, it's a good thing we're not on supernova difficulty. I suppose I haven't been like commanding my team to really do anything when I'm routing about, but still. Okay, cycle droplet pumps. Reminder, non-expendable personnel must exit the maintenance shaft before activating the cycling protocol. Cycling successful. Cobbled together. The staff is getting restless. Staff is getting restless. Workaround and half-cocked solutions are all we've got to mend Groundbreaker's bones. In many cases, we can't revive one system without cannibalizing another. Grandma lives with that reality, and so will I. I can rally our spares, but what happens when I'm not around? Groundbreaker's real test will be seeing if her independence outlasts me. I'll take that bet. I found some of Chief Skyang's old schematics. Groundbreaker must have taken a beating during the crossing, because she spent half of her career patching it up. Lots of corners cut when they put this place together. Among her papers, I also found a layout of a hangar that doesn't match any of my docs, something that might have gotten sealed off along the way, like blood cells isolating an infection. I had to put sentiment down in print, but every time I open a panel or find some workaround in the guts of this old world, it's like I can feel you reaching out to me from my past point, Grandma.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
This is the ladder, yeah, okay. I've already looked at that.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled...
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Oh, nice, thank you. What's it like being in command around here? Let's ask her some
Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
This ship is a family
Sure
business?
is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gang, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer.
Was it a big change, that transition to command?
It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who could answer the tough questions for me. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
Bravada here could always help you shoulder the burden.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out.
I don't want to lose Parvati, right? Where is the self-destruct mechanism?
Joke, Captain. I really do. I gelded that thing years ago. Now it brews a stim that goes down stronger than Nan or Spank. Family recipe.
Aren't you a little young to be training a
You see any
successor?
bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when. You've got my attention.
Alright, and you don't have a lot of faith in the board.
You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
You must not like Udon Bedford
I like
very
to think
much.
of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was on fire, I might hold my breath a moment before activating the sprinkler system. The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and leeches like Udon Bedford will do anything to please their corporate masters.
How do you keep the board at a safe
I placate them
distance?
when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change.
Okay.
You've got my attention.
What's that? Now let's do our skill points right now. What have we got to increase? Could do more dialogue, could do more tech. Could increase intimidate up a bit. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, get the extra lockpick thing. Find 20. Yeah, okay, yeah, that seems good. That seems very good actually. Right, so hacking's up to full now, right? And add some to tech. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna call it there. Save game. I'm really enjoying some of the dialogue in that ship. That stuff with Martin Callahan and his hat or mask was peak enjoyment of the dialogue trees in this game, and I am very happy to go through that. I heard someone mention that before on some podcast or something, I think, and I completely forgotten about it until like halfway through that conversation, so I'm glad I've forgotten about it too. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was an awful lot of fun. Looks like we still have more to do on the ship before we go off elsewhere. We've got 2 planets to go to now, right? I think, compared to what we were dealing with. So we'll see how it goes. Right, I'll be back tomorrow. I aim to play this a lot over the next week before Death Stranding comes out, and that probably either consumes my life or, well, consumes my life and leaves me joyous, or consumes my life and leaves me wishing I'd never bought it. But anyway, talk to you tomorrow. Best of luck.